Hello and welcome to Ditch Witch Diaries. You've joined us at a very fun time. We are in the protection section of our four-part series about getting the ick out. And within that protection part, we are talking about the practical applications of that. So this time I'm going to tell you a little bit about a fun practical application, and we are actually going to make a an item, a thing, a magical fun tool that you can use anytime. And I'll tell you we're going to talk a little bit about them first, about this item, the magical powders first. And then we are going to make a magical powder that is for your body. So we're going to talk about that, and let's just get right on to it, shall we? Let me make sure it's up. Hold on. Oh, it is. Okay, good. Okay. So magical powder is what we're going to talk about. And so I had my own list of protection herbs, and I've not added any of the herbs. This was like an old list that we used to create. So back in the day, before we did Ditch Witch Diaries, we used to meet, me and Raven and Roz. We would meet together all the time, and we would talk about an herb each. And so I compiled all the herbs into categories, and I am thinking about bringing that back because I was looking at my books and they don't do this. Like my books don't do this. Like you can't look up protection herbs. Like you can like in the back of the book, but there's not like a list of topics really, and then all the herbs that go along with that have ever mentioned that they're protective. Like there's not a thing of that. So I put these are just the ones that we did prior to Ditch Witch Diaries. So I added. So this is what this is. So if anybody wants to like go through them, I even kind of added like what they're protective against some of them. So you could kind of see about it. But I used the reason why is because I didn't use the like herbs necessarily that we talked about. So anyway, so in our Get the Ick Out series, because we're trying to use different herbs. So that's the whole thing. Like we're trying to like use different ones than we've done before, but I'm thinking about going back prior to our
like school.
yeah, prior to what we did, and kind of like redoing. Look, milk thistles in there. I was looking at. So maybe we have gone back and done it. I don't remember if we've gone back and reinvented the wheel, but a lot of these I notice also are trees. So we're going to do a series on trees. So get ready for that as well. Anyway, so that's that. And I'm not going to read them because that's insane. That was just so many. There's a lot of
Yeah.
protective herbs out there. So it's all, yes. So
I
anyway,
wonder, did
yeah, go
we,
ahead.
sorry, at one point were we doing herbal stuff still with like herbal school with Roz at first? Or were we doing
Yeah.
other things with her?
No, we were doing that with her, I think.
I
Like,
mean,
I
like
remember we went
virtually.
up to like her house and did it.
No,
Oh, no.
but like virtually. Sorry.
Oh, I don't think so. Maybe.
Okay. I'm trying to
Maybe.
think because I think we might have gone through some of those again, but I think there's a lot we haven't done on Ditch Witch.
Yeah, I think so too. And I've been trying to keep up with some of those lists that we have. We have lists of herbs, list and list and list. You can't even imagine all the lists. Anyway, so I sometime when I'm feeling like I have nothing to do, and I've
Yeah.
been trying to get off social media again because I got on for like a second and I'm like thinking it's bumming me out. So So when I have all that extra time on my hands, then I will then maybe I'll go through and update some of these lists that we
Yeah.
have.
I
And
go through like periodically too, and then I am like, oh, I wonder if she did the last one, and you did. So it seems like you're kind of on top of it.
well, I want to well, I'm on top of the ones that we've done. Like I cross them off our list
Mm.
of like what herbs are still available for Ditch Witch Diaries, but
Yeah.
I haven't updated like those like herbs by magical property.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So anyway, on to that's like our like in-depth sharing of the back workings of
The
our
backside.
program. Anyway, I feel like we could like write a book of all these herbs that we do because we compile everything. We like have an insane amount of herbs. Like when we're
Yeah.
done with like every herb in the world, we should like write a book about it.
I know. So I started that document and I haven't updated it since I've moved. But just from the ones that we all did in person, I think that it was like 200 pages. It
Wow.
had a little bit more than just herbs too, because I did a little bit of info for myself on like different types of carrier oils and some like aromatherapy like info. And I also list them by medicinal property and magical property. Um, so with all of that stuff, plus the herbs that we've done, I think it's like 200 pages.
Oh, we should definitely, when this is
Yeah.
all said and done, we will be book writing fools. So
Yeah.
we'll have the master list of
I
herbs.
know. It's going to be like a dictionary sized book.
It will be. It will be. It'll be thick. So, nice. So, we're going to talk first of all magical powders. Like I wanted to talk a little bit about the people that use magical powders like right now. Not like I'm not going to go into some historical usage, but um basically it's a lot of groups that use magical powders. Sometimes we think it's like centered around one group or the other. So let's talk about it. So first of all, this is the obvious one. Like African diasporic traditions, hoodoo, conjure workers, rootwork workers. So we kind of like think that that's where powders are because you can buy like powders like hot foot powder or like crown of success, money drawing, love me powders. You can buy powders for certain sources like in if you go to stores that sell this or online, or even if you read books about it, they'll tell you how to even, they'll just say, use hot foot powder or use crown of
Mm.
success powder. They'll say that. Okay. But these powders, they will contain herbs, but they can also contain minerals, roots, curios, shavings of like metals, salt, sulfur, graveyard dirt. Generally, it's nothing that you want to put on your body. It's like for use with others in within like a mojo bag or
Yeah.
something
Not for
like that.
consumption or topical applications.
Exactly, 100%, not for consumption. So the next one that uses powders is ceremonial magic, Western occult orders. So we're talking about the Golden Dawn, the Thelemites, the Rosicrucians. Okay. And by the way, we've been to like the Rosicrucian. They have like it's kind of like going into disrepair, but they have a great like center up in Oceanside that I've actually been to. I kind of go to every now and again.
You took me there, I
Yes,
think.
I did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so so when they use consecrated ash and resins and herbs, and they usually represent elemental correspondence. Like they use sulfur for fire, salt for earth. And they like use this more for ritual circles, sigil consecrations, charging magic tools rather than spell dusting like you might for with other groups. So then, where we are, European folk and witchcraft traditions is where I probably generally fall. And they don't use powders a whole lot. But because I feel like witchcraft is like we're like ditch witches. We like gather stuff. We like take stuff from
Literally
everywhere.
jump out of the car and like go gather.
Exactly. So I feel like like even though this isn't like listed like necessarily like a whole grouping of powders listed in some medieval grimoire, like they do talk about powder of sympathy, and then they sometimes talk about flying ointments in a dry form. So there you go. Also, Latin American folk magic, like brujeria, curandissimo, santeria, and I'm not even gonna try to say it. Espiritismo. Anyway, so they use polvos or powders for all sorts of things: protection, attraction, cleansing. They could be dried herbs, they could be shells, they could use blessed earth. And also, Southeast and Asian traditions use powders. So they use resins, flowers, minerals, like, for example, like Hindu vibhuti, sacred ash, and kumkuma is a red powder, and they both are used magically and devotionally. So these are the groups that I could find that are using powders right now. And they encompass, I will tell you, like a lot of groups. So, I mean, I think pretty much most groups fit in here.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
every,
it's the same with like smudging, right? Like we've talked about this before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you like are worried about like cultural appropriation or something, just jam your arrow down into another group that uses them. If you're not excited about doing like, we're going to be making a protection powder today, and it's going to be a body protection powder. So I don't even know where that would fit. Probably European folk and witchcraft traditions. Okay. I want to be able to put something on my body, right?
Mhm.
So, but there's other, we're going to talk about three types of powders that are generally found. So the first one is cascarilla, and this is the like a powder made from eggshells, okay? And it's finely ground, and it's obviously going to be white, right? And it's used for protection and cleansing and purification. So we're back to that protection. So you can use cascarilla, but I wouldn't advise probably putting it on your body. So how do you make it? Okay, so first of all, obviously you're going to save these eggshells and you're going to let them air dry. And you're going to rinse them out so that there's no goo on the inside. You're going to let them air dry. And then you want to bake them in a really low oven, like 225 for 15 to 20 minutes. And not only does it sterilize it, but I didn't even write it, it makes it a little bit more crispy and easy to crush. And I feel like in some other groups we've been in, they haven't like done this critical step. And so it's been like kind of a mess, and like it's been hard to
Mhm.
like crush up. But that's
Yeah.
like, it makes it so it pulverizes really well.
It
So
like dries it out.
exactly, it dries it out and it makes it brittle, more
Mm.
brittle. So that's the word I was looking for. And then you're gonna cool it, of course, and then you're gonna grind it up, and then you're gonna have cascarilla. So there you go. That's the first type. So the second type is all power, no powder. So this is like you can create a powder with all material, like we talked about before, and you can use herbs or resins, metal shavings, stone bits. You can add essential oils, but you don't even need to really add essential oils because it's usually really fragrant, and you can get there with the item. So you don't need to add like, you can just use like the item that you are using the essential oil for. So whatever. So we have done that before, protection spells. I feel like when we lived together at the apartment, we had those little, remember those little bits of like this kind of powder that we put like
Mhm.
even in our showers, we had up at the corners of our showers. We had
Mhm.
that stuff everywhere.
Yep. All corners.
Yeah. Um, you have to still be careful about putting this on your body usually. Usually it's like not really friendly. I don't know, it's just a big bunch of herbs and resins and
Yeah.
oils and stones and whatever. Okay, so I like I said, we put it in our apartment, but usually but there is, if the herbs are safe and if like, or like there's no like metal shavings and there's no like stone bits that are water soluble, because some stones dissolve in water, so you have to be careful of that. You could put this type of a powder in a little like tea bag and you could use it in your bath. That's always like a pro tip, like use a tea bag, because then it just doesn't like get your whole bathtub to be a ruin of herbs. So you could basically make a infusion of yourself. Your body could go in an infusion of this as well. So that's
You
an
can also buy like really big tea bags too,
yes, you
like
can.
reusable and disposable. So if you're like trying to shove all these herbs like in a regular size tea bag, they
It
have
could
like
be a
big
problem. Exactly. Exactly. So the third type is use a base, protect your space. So this is a type we're going to do, right? So we're going to start with a base, but you can use all sorts of bases. Arrowroot powder, like instead of talc, there's issues about talc. So if you're going to use it for your body, you may not want to start with a talc base. So I'm using arrowroot instead because it's safe for your body. Or salt. So you can use salt as like a base if you're not like just like if you're using it around, but you could add like this little salt powder even to an oil and use it as a body scrub if you want. Okay? Or sugar, but sugar is more like not for protection, but maybe
yeah,
like a
attracting probably.
exactly attracting something, maybe like a love. If you're
Yeah.
single and you want to do like a love powder, you could start with like a sugar base, and then you could like add
Yeah,
oil and make a
honey.
sugar scrub if you want with it. I always like the second step. Like in the next one, my next practical application is going. I don't know why my nose is so drippy right now. So weird. So the next like practical application thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a balm, and because I started out like teaching you how to make an oil, so I love like that next indicated step. So
Yeah.
the
Can I
next,
talk?
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Can I just mention one other
Of course.
body base
Sure.
safe? So there are a lot of those stores where you can get like witchy stuff that also sell the places that will sell cascarilla powder. You can also find coconut powder, which is like
Oh,
a vegan alternative, but some people like it. Because it like smells good. And so you can use that on your body. It's white as well, and it's like dried, ground up coconut. I also like, I mean, it's a good base, but if you want like a more protective base, you can get the outside of the coconut, like those fibers, and grind those down because it's so hard. That is like a protected fruit. So, but anyways, yeah, so coconut powder would be body safe.
oh, that's awesome. What a good idea. I
Yeah.
love to learn stuff. So, because we do have vegans in our midst.
But even if you don't want to put eggshells on you,
Exactly.
good.
So, and anyways, I don't know that like, I don't know. I don't know how rough it is on your body or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
let me tell you, arrowroot powder is slick. It's even
Yeah.
more slick than talc.
Yeah.
So,
They're really nice.
yes. So you can add to any of these, like arrowroot or coconut powder or salt or sugar. Sugar, not for protection, but you could add like resins to this, herbs, essential oils. You can also put in like a large, if it's going to go on your body, you could actually infuse the power by just putting a large crystal like to sit in it, right? So you can, like I said, I already talked about this, about using it anywhere. So we already exhausted this. So my recipe is going to be some body protection dust. And so, um, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to light a candle. I am going to open the circle and I'm going to call on our deity. And that's what I would do. This is so, and I'm gonna we're gonna begin with an arrowroot base. And arrowroot itself is actually pretty rad because arrowroot absorbs and transmutes negative energy just on its own. So it returns like negative energy to a neutral. So it's like perfect for like putting it on your body and using for protection because it's going to like take any negativity that's thrown at you and transmute that negativity. So this it's like protecting you by transforming things. So then we're gonna grind our herb blend. And I've used like an actual herb blend of calendula, motherwort, and violet. And the violet I used is Viola odorata, not Viola tricolor. So it has a little bit of smell on its own, but calendula is gonna be great for your skin as well. So we're gonna grind that up really fine in a grinder because I want it to be very fine. Okay. And then I've already mixed it up. Okay, if you're gonna add essential oils to a powder of any sort, and you're gonna do more than one, you want to mix the essential oil blend in a carrier oil first. So I used almond oil and it's because you want it all blended together well. You don't want it to be like you want that scent and that purpose to be blended together. So I've already blended that together. So I, I'm using patchouli, witchwort, pine needle, and lavender. So as you can see, I like numbers. So patchouli, witchwort, pine needle, lavender, calendula, motherwort, and violet. I love the sevens and the nines. Threes are pretty good too, but I wanted to do something a little
I
bigger.
have no tie to seven at all. I like three, five, nines.
Oh,
Um,
I like sixes too. I could
Sixes
have
are
done a
good.
six.
I have no feeling about sevens.
I like sevens. I feel like
Nice.
there's like, and
Something
I
there
feel
for
like
you.
it,
Yeah.
like the ancients, like it's like literally like that story about the 7 days is like a story that was before the Bible. Like it's like that story about the creation stories using 7 days. Like you can take it biblically if you want, but let me just break it down that's these stories, especially in the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, those are make up the Torah, which is ancient Jewish text. Okay. And those stories actually they're all like if you take any like Bible as literature, you realize that these are like stories in a specific style. These creation myths, like they use seven because it's out there. It's not because it's like some biblical because God like wrote the Bible. Okay. That's not what I'm using. Okay, so
Good though.
then we're going to, so we mixed our essential oil blend into the arrowroot until it's what you want and it smells the way you want, right? And then we're going to add our herb blend. And now you're going to infuse protective energy into that mixture. So then we're going to thank deity, close the circle, and blow out our candle. So let me stop the share. And I forgot one thing. So let me just go grab that one item.
Okay. I got out my oils. I'm just like smelling all of mine.
So here, let
I
me go ahead. Yes.
I freaking love. They would be too sweet together, but I love honeysuckle oil and tonka bean oil. Oh,
Ooh, I love that too. I don't have Tonka.
oh, it's so good. You know where I got it was the that Green Man store
Ooh,
in
I love
LA.
that. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So do you mind if I do our like circle opening kind of thing?
No, good.
Okay. Excellent. Just thought I'd ask before I did it.
Yeah, thank you
So
for
I'm
asking.
gonna set out all my items and I'm gonna kind of bend this down so you guys can all see what I'm doing. Let me get it set up
Look
here.
at all those goodies.
I know there are so many goodies in here. Okay. And Okay. So, okay. Hair, which is so we have our herbs here, and this herb, which is the violet, the
Okay.
Benefsha. That's another. We have our arrowroot powder. I have all like my technical items, the bowls I'm going to use, and they just happen to be blue. It's interesting. Everything happens to be blue, which is interesting. Washing away the candle. This is my essential oil blend that I've used with my dropper. And it's hilarious because I had to, my patchouli was so clogged and I had to like use, like I literally had this in case I couldn't get it off the lid. But I will give a shout out. Most of my items most of my essential oils come from a company called Butterfly Express, and you can get them online, and you can get essential oils you literally cannot get anywhere else.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was like, did you put witch's wort oil on there?
I did.
Wow.
I did. I did. I did. I did. Okay. So let me just move this stuff over and get things set up. This, set this, oh, this pretty in here. Okay. So he used to have this memorized, but unfortunately we haven't done it in so long. I'm gonna have to read it.
So long.
I
Yeah.
know, I love it. And I'm gonna light the candle first. And I'm gonna light some incense, my favorite incense. We'll do the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
Because guess what? I feel like it. And I love my favorite incense is Nag Champa. For years, it's like my life. It's so good. So we're gonna just have that. And let's see here. If we were doing a larger ritual, I would have like blended some herbal incense, but we are not, alas.
No. Yeah.
This is what I meant by a longer one.
Oh, I was like a longer incense stick?
No, a longer one of the. And we took this circle opening, actually from another author that people like revile, but we love her. And I can't remember her name. We've taken a lot of stuff by her from her, and I feel like people are
Yeah.
so bitchy about her. But if they would do her stuff, like they would like feel like a whole different wave of energy in their magic. And what is her name?
Yeah. And you know what? There are authors that people really admire and really follow that, in my opinion, are like nonsensical. So it's
Yes, and
strange.
they're like their books are like I feel like some of their books like I've gotten some that people like and authors that people love and their books
Mhm.
are just like garbage. They're like
Yeah.
meaningless. They're like where I feel like this author has like what is her name? Like what is her name? Hold on.
It's kind of like a Wiccan-y name, isn't it? Like something wolf,
Silver so like
silver wolf or something.
yeah, Wolf or something, but her books have like like practical applications. Like we went through and did all 10 of her, we did spells around all 10 of her like like upping your magic kind of thing. So
Hmm.
Ravenwolf or Silver
Oh,
wait,
I think it is Ravenwolf. Silver Ravenwolf? Something Silver Ravenwolf?
Ravenwolf. Let's
I
see
don't
if
know.
it is. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
It is. It's Silver Raven Wolf. We did figure it out. So anyway,
Nice.
she has a great and I think we kind of altered it a little bit, but she has a great circle opening. So I think some of the lines in it were just so awesome.
Yeah.
So here we go. We cast this circle hedge between the worlds. Be thou the girdle of the goddess and a protection against all negative energies. We call upon the positive spirits of the north, the east, the south, and the west to aid us in this consecration. We weave the hedge. We create a tapestry of power. We call forth our birthright. So mote it be. I love that.
Still so nice.
I know. I'll call him my deity. Tightness, maker of magic, spellcaster supreme, Circe, goddess of my soul, let your power be seen. Mistress of natural forces who turns men into swine, make potions with the vine, still a sea monstrous to enshrine, to me your ear incline. I call on you who knows ferocious vengeance, turned against another in a whim of independence. Bring me your sovereignty, Circe be near. I call on your witchcraft, full of courage, no fear. I know your ways, I study your herbs, your wand in my hand I use. I honor you deeply with yarn and with spell. I call on your power moving through me, let loose. Circe, sorceress divine, I am yours and you are mine. So great.
So good.
So, first of all, we're going to start with this wonderful base. And what I went and got is I went and got something to stir it with that I was magically inclined to, which is this little piece. And then I got my little thing so I could, a little scoop so that I could put it in. It wasn't, so I didn't just fluff it everywhere, which is like typical. And I am going to scoop some of this powder. I'm going to try to not be terribly messy about it, but I'm going to scoop some of this powder in our bowl, which I've already slopped.
Ooh, you know what I just thought about too?
What?
Um, a lot of the like more quote unquote natural dry shampoos have arrowroot powder as the base,
They
so you
do.
could make like a hair protection powder, like a dry shampoo hair protection powder.
You can use this as a hair protection, but that like a hair like dry shampoo hair protection. This powder is good for your body and your scalp that we're using.
Nice.
Let's see here. I think we could use more here. It's better to have too much than not enough. I want it to
Mm.
fill this little jar that I have over here. Okay. And now I have what I said I did not want to do, I've done. I've created a complete and utter mayhem with my Okay. So I want to breathe my energy into it or put my energy of um, protection. I want this to protect me and my space and my body physically, repel any negative energy, transform any negative energy that is around me into only good. Mm. Mm. Okay, lovely. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add that mixture that I made. Not all of it, of course. We're going to add it dropper by dropper. So I have a little dropper here. Let me tell you, finding a dropper can be some fun. So, and we have quite a bit in here. So I may add like 3 good droppers full. Okay, and it's not really mixy, so it does not want to mix in, just so you know. So you need to kind of work it in here a little bit. And I don't have a direction thing. You can, I want
I
it
don't
to,
know.
because,
Well,
and you know what? Anyways, I want it to repel and get rid of, and I also want it to like transmute and work for me. So, and what I really am looking for is that I want this essential oil to like really take on, it has like really, I I work at creating like a scent usually. Like my things usually smell really good. I'm pretty good at creating like scents. And I
You
did
are.
want to use some vanilla just for the scent of it, but it's not really super protective except for like sweetly. Like it's not like a what's it called? It's not like a what did I do? Oh, it's in here. I'm like, what did I do with that dropper? It's pretty well scented, I tell you that. I just want to make sure that it's, let's see here. Yeah, it's got a really nice texture, I tell you that. Very, very nice texture. I might, I did 3 droppers full, which I like that. And
Yeah.
it's not super heavily scented, but it's nice. I'm wondering if I should do 2 more, get it extra, maybe there, because I'm extra. There. Okay, that's plenty. That's. Ew! I know, what a mess I'm gonna have on my hand.
It's jumping towards you. It's excited.
It is. It's happily jumping towards me. Now we're gonna make this herbal blend that we're gonna add. And I love that I picked the Good Mother card, even though, so I'm actually gonna become a soul collage like facilitator. So I can say that now that I'm making,
Yay.
and I don't have to like try to change them into something else because I can just do soul collage.
Mhm.
But we picked soul collage cards before we started, and the one that I picked was um it was called the Good Mother. And it wasn't like an archetypal card. It was like a card about something that's inside me. And so it's funny because I'm using motherwort and I
What are
love
they? That's a committee? Council? I can't remember.
it's not council. Council is the one it is. It's committee.
Committee. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my grinder because I want here, put it in here because I want this to be super, super smooth. So I'm going to, and the funny thing is that I'm gonna have to like, okay, so now I'm going to just zip up those herbs and let's do that. So I'm going to use this is the the Viola odorata.
My gosh, the sun is like right in my face.
Ah, mine too. Mine's coming in. I know. And we're going to use some of the calendula. So, where am I? There we go.
My
Calendula.
love.
And that's what's good for. And then we're going to use a little of the motherwort as well.
Very nice.
Ah. And I'm going to zip that up. Let's see.
You know,
Okay.
if I had to pick 2 herbs that remind me of you the most, it would
Uh-huh.
be oat straw and lemon balm.
Oh, I love that. Those are the best. Oh my gosh. I love that. Now I'm gonna add this herbal blend that I've blended super fine. I'm going to add it to, let me put it in here in a little. Okay, so now I put it in the lid for the grinder.
Mm.
Okay, so I think that should be
What would you guess the ratio is? Maybe like what, like a cup of arrowroot powder to
a
like
cup of arrowroot powder, and then
a
I
couple
used
tablespoons.
5 of the droppers full of the
Mhm.
herbal oil blend. And I just put a little bit. The only thing you want to do is you want to blend up the scents together first.
Mm.
So the essential herbal oil blend, I just put in a little bit um of almond oil. And then I this is not very much. This is probably like a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of ground herbs. And I
Nice.
think that's about all I'm going to use right here. So change the color a little bit. It smells divine. And the funny thing is that witchwort oil that
Mm,
I use, the chamomile or chamomile oil that I used
mm,
the from Butterfly Express right here, that one, like it is dark, dark green in color, and it is
mm,
so heavily scented. It
mm.
is like shocking.
Interesting.
So you only need like a little bit. Like I can smell it even through here. It's
Mm.
crazy. Mm, okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna put it in this little, I love these jars. Does everybody know what this jar is from?
Is that
Everybody.
one of those little yogurt jars?
No, it's like I think it's like from that like chili oh
Oh,
that chili stuff that you get like the
yeah.
wheat,
Hmm.
and this one
Yeah.
doesn't fit perfectly in here, and then I'm just gonna dump it all in there, and actually I estimated really good. Look, it's like
Dang, nice.
I know, perfect. But I wanted a jar with a wide enough top that I could get like a dust like some like
Like
a
a
brush
pinch.
in there to dust or
Mm,
something. And I'm gonna have to put a label on this because our downfall is to not label it. Okay. So now as a whole, since it's done, I'm gonna again like infuse my energy into this for protection on my body, my mind, my heart, and my soul. So I put it towards my third eye chakra, and I put it towards my heart chakra, and then I put it towards my solar plexus chakra, mind, my heart, and my soul. So, yeah. So to protect all of those things. So now I'm going to close up the circle and thank the deity, thank Circe and all the energy that's here, that solar protective power energy, and just very thankful. And I'm going to close this circle and we are done. Thank you. Let me get back up. Yeah. Hello.
hello.
For a little disaster. There we go. Okay. Let me shut down the incense. And I don't mind blowing out a candle. I mean, I'll use the candle holders to put it out, but like whatever.
I'll blow out my candles that I'm using to set like my circle, my perimeter. If I'm using a candle specifically like only for this one working, then I don't blow it out. But if it's like a more general use, like I'll use the candle again, then I'm fine blowing it out.
That's, and then when you have leftovers, like I still have some of this essential oil blend, quite a bit of it. And I also have some of this herbal blend, quite a bit of it. Well, some of it. Anyway, so you could either dispose of it in like a magical way, you could bury it, you could put it in the dirt, or you can use it for something else like a protective candle oil or like whatever, and or like a perfume oil even. Like it smells like that protection. So you could use it as that. Whatever you want to do with that. So that is a powder that you can use, and we've done a little powder ritual, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And the next class is going to be an herb again. So the next Ditch Witch Diaries, you're going to find a protective herb. We're each going to take another protective herb. And that's it. We will see you at the next Ditch Witch Diaries.